Okay, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get it going. Starting for Nemesis, BDBR, Frosty Brew, Pybro for Raisin Branshees. It's Kodo, Serbs, and Zona. Good luck, have fun to all players. Let's get the match underway here. Cross diagonal kickoff. It's going to be Kodo versus Brew. Down to center. Zona and Pybro both on a very heavy cheat, but Serbs is already up for it, putting a shot on target early and getting really aggressive. Didn't even see them coming off the wall there from their defensive zone. Kodo center, Zona to get that out. It's a nice outlet pass to Kodo. We're going to see what Pybro decides to do. It's back to center. Zona was there, and right now, Orange is absolutely on fire on the offensive end. Kodo quick turn in neutral. Looking to send this back over the other side. BDBR, no touch. Pybro full boost out to right side. That's going to be contested. A couple little miscues here early on, just kind of getting the slop out of the way. It is on stream. Sometimes teams have to settle in. Almost actually nailing that one in the upper 90. This one's going to come down straight on. Zona by Serbs to lead up to Zona. Zona underneath. And it's getting a little bit shifty out here. Zona tries to get another touch. Right now, I think they're just kind of getting their tires under.
I do believe that as well. Obviously, Raisin Branshees came out swinging, trying to get some quick pressure, but it didn't really work out for him as Zona gets a nice clear from his corner as it heads out to the midfield. BDBR sends it across. Frosty is there, does get a touch on it. It goes towards the backboard, but no one's going to be there for the touch. Serbs now with the clear, gets it all the way down to the blue corner.
We are looking to put more of that pressure on from the inside. That's actually cycled out. Almost an unfortunate bump into Catastrophe. But they do manage to keep a 0-0 scoreline. Frosty Brew, dangerous clear, but a good one out to the corner here to at least allow BDBR to try to get this ball outside. Frosty Brew, center line's going to have an opportunity to get by Kodo. Does get by over to center, another opportunity. Pybro clearly putting on the pressure, trying to get something going for the blue team in the offensive zone, but it always comes back to their defensive end much faster than they can even get something set up on the offensive side. Serb's going to go right over. We've been seeing these kind of miscues here early on in this one. We'll see if those settle down. As time goes on, Serbs has to do well with it here. Goes right by the ball and did not get the knee over the ball on that one. BDBR will want that one back. Somehow, it is still 0-0.
Bump back the other way. Kodo now gets a nice little touch off the wall as he tries to make something happen in the corner, but doesn't. Serbs with a demo in the backfield, comes up to get a play on the ball, gets it off of the corner, but BDBR is there to punch it away back towards the midfield. Kodo with a good jump. Frosty does take a shot towards the net, but Zona is there to make an easy save. BDBR with the 50 in it as it still heads towards the orange corner.
Out off the side, Pybro trying to make something happen here on the orange defensive end. Kodo out to left side. Serbs and Kodo, maybe a little bit of a double commit here. Lack of communication in that zone. And speaking of zone, will be Zona out here grabbing boost on the corner. Not many boost steals coming through for the blue team so far. They're just looking to let the play happen, especially out through midfield. Opportunity here. Kodo puts it in. Top shelf. 1-0 first blood at 2:19.
Serbs gets this play happening with a nice push towards the corner, gets it centered out on one of the blue players, and Kodo's there just to get a nice tap in. Raisin Branshees with really good pressure to start with.
We'll have to see on the diagonal kickoff here if we're able to get a nice play. We do have two cheats again, so it looks like both teams are going to be looking to play aggressive on the kickoff, regardless of setup here. And Serbs and Kodo, a little miscue there. They do bump into each other, but it cannot be punished by Pybro. It's going to be BDBR out to center. Frosty Brew was also there, unable to find the back of the net. A little bit of offensive rotation, getting a little bit flummoxed. Frosty Brew to turn on that one, unable to get there in time though. This could actually be, you can see some bumps going in here for the orange team as well. Frosty Brew's up, trying to go for the read, could not get there. Kodo does well to dodge that one. It's on target though. Oh, it's 1-1. It has found the back of the net.
Frosty Brew gets flies right into the net and actually gets a good bump on Serbs, and Zona was just too far and gets an overshoot on the ball, allowing that one to go in. Good pressure from both teams, and the rotations just need a little bit of work, and this one will be really close.
And that's actually a pretty decent kickoff there for blue. Looking to get this one back up. We had orange starting off very strong, leading 1-0, but the answer has arrived. And it's an unfortunate answer indeed. Frosty Brew trying to make it a quick 2 goals. Not quite going to find purchase. Out to the side. Pybro. Serbs off the center. This looks like it's going to be off backboard. No. Serbs to turn again. Try number 2. Back out the center. There's one there. Frosty Brew quick off the line. Able to clear that one out. That's what you got to do if you're in that defensive rotation position. Do not allow that shot to come forward. It's going to be a very hard shot to save. Serbs with the 50 and the demo. Kodo going to turn on this one with boost. Are they going to be able to get a touch? No, they go right underneath the ball. That's going to be an opportunity. BDBR off the backboard. Pybro's there. Pybro the shot. It's in 2-1. They lead with less than a minute to go.
Demos and bumps are proving to be a very good pressure point here as BDBR comes in for the demo and gets Serbs to go out of the way and gives the blue team the 2-1 lead.
Cross bonds out to the right side. Zona now to turn on it. It's a great 50 win here, able to even pick up boost and get a nice little position here. It could be an equalizer. It goes right by the goal. Right by. Nobody quite there. I don't think anybody believed it was going to float right up into the open. And can you blame them? Now Kodo looking for another touch. Does get that touch. Center Zona a little too anxious. Going to get that creep a little bit too far forward. They could seal it here with another one. Frosty Brew waits a little too long. Orange looking for the answer here. It's a shot. It's towards. It's on target. Pybro up off the wall and off the backboard. Maintains a 1-goal lead. Frosty Brew center. Out left side. BDBR now is actually going to let that one go by. A little misposition there. Serbs on the right side. Frosty Brew shot on the right. That might just well be the nail in the coffin. 3-1 with 11 seconds.
Nemesis coming out swinging with the bumps and demos. BDBR taking Serbs off the ball and just gives Frosty Brew an easy chip over to give themselves the nail in the coffin. Like you said, what a match we have so far.
So, and this isn't something that we were thinking when this started off. I mean, like you mentioned, Raisin Branshees came out swinging. They were definitely out here putting on the pressure, but we have a 3-1 scoreline. I mean, what happened in this game that allowed the Nemesis to do what we certainly wouldn't have predicted given that start?
Nemesis really had just the pressure, and those demos really helped them a lot, but both teams seemed to struggle a lot from open chances right in front of the net, but no one was there to capitalize on them. Those chances happened quite often in that match, and I think that if they can work on that and work on their rotations, they might be able to get some offense going in the next game.
And that is true. We did see an unusual amount of miscues kind of coming in early. It could do with the streaming, obviously. You know, we bring that up pretty often, but it is true for anybody who hasn't had a match on stream. You know, everybody's waiting for it. All the other RSC matches, for the most part, are completed for the night, so we have everybody here and watching. You're under the spotlight. Might be a little nerve-wracking. Let's see if that sharpens up here in game number 2. Nemesis taking the first game 3-1. We got a 4-game series regardless of what it looks like. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. The Raisin Branshees versus Nemesis coming into game number 2. Nemesis at 1925, now going to be 2025. Raisin Branshees at the 22-23. That's the win-loss for both those teams. So Nemesis certainly wants to keep this going. They want to try to get back up to that 50% as we do go into the playoff push here. We do have BDR, Frosty Brew, Pybro, Zona, Serbs, and Kodo. Looks like the lineups are going to stay the same. I wonder if we are going to see any Raisin Branchy subs, since we did note that their stat lines across all 4 players was pretty similar.
The rotations were doing really well. It's just they just got to really keep working on the pressure and working on keeping those chances going and actually capitalizing on those chances. Good face-off here as Frosty gets a nice touch towards the corner. BDBR with a banger, sending it way too far wide as Kodo tries to pick it up. Kodo sends it forward, but Frosty is there to get a 50. It is up in the air as Pybro is the first to get to it as he sends it forward. It is now in the orange corner as Serbs gets a nice touch on it. BDBR is there to bounce it off the backboard. Is looking for the double, does get it, but it pops it too high for Frosty to get a chance on it.
And that's actually the second time that I can remember that Frosty Brew has been up for a read and has been unable to do it. I'm going to stop talking. Frosty Brew says, what, you want me to score? Allow me, sir. Let's let it happen. Frosty Brew 1-0 here, 31 seconds down. What I was going to comment on is Frosty Brew seems to be getting these reads going up early in the air whenever the ball is in front of the goal. And a couple times I've seen a teammate come in to get a second touch, and it's kind of thrown off that read. Apparently that doesn't matter any longer. Frosty Brew has one, and that's probably going to keep them attacking.
Definitely, I do have to agree with you there. Nemesis do have really good pressure and quickness on the ball. Pybro was the main maestro behind that play as he got the 50 to get the center straight to Frosty Brew, as it is now in the blue corner as Serbs and Pybro get a 50. Runs over to the wall as Serbs gets a demo, but Pybro is there looking to make some defense. Serbs gets a nice center, but both BDBR and Kodo miss. Pybro sends it forward into the orange zone.
It was well done by Zona there. Did look on the defensive end saying, I'm last back. I'm going to have to do something about this. Serb's going to do an excellent job getting the hitbox up in time to stop them. But Frosty Brew, open field shot opportunity. Oh, there is actually an attempt at either a misdirect or a bump or both. It doesn't matter. What an opportunity, doesn't quite make it to fruition. 1-0 here, 3:30 left. Game number 2 of a 4-game series. This is the RSC Season 9 BDBR. No touchdown to the right side. Sarbs catches the floater. It's tied up.
Nice center here by Kodo. He just notices the lack of defense on the backboard as Serbs gets a nice flyer and just able to tap this in to tie our game up.
3:31. A goal apiece. Back to zeros. Frosty Brew does go by. Seems like they have Frosty Brew out. They've taken the leash off, and they're just saying, yo, you attack. Let us worry about the defensive rotation. We want you on the ball if at all possible. We'll see if that pays out. Certainly did in game number 1. And now tied up game 2. Opportunity here. Zona going for the second touch. Serbs is there. Will it be goal number 2? No. And it's all to Kodo. Only one defender here out to the outside. BDBR will certainly be able to get a touch. That's down towards center, down towards the goals. Anybody there? No. You would have thought Frosty Brew had pre-jumped that ages ago, but no. It's actually going to come back out to center. Kodo, nice shot, far post, does not make it in. And it's Zona now. Another opportunity. Pybro does need a touch, gets it out. Serbs, second goal. There it is. Serbs sends it home, and they lead by 1.
BDBR, I think, oh no, that was Pybro. Pybro with the very weird mistouch sends it right towards Serbs, and he's just there to make it a really good tap in. It does seem like both teams have been having really weird backboard defense. They really need to work on that if they want to get something going for their own teams.
Zona to control. Out of the corner. It's going to be Pybro. Send this back over to the right. Now, BDBR has had a couple opportunities to lead this up off the wall and get it over to a teammate. Unable to do so now. Zona is going to put this on target. Nobody ready. Nobody ready. Defensive rotation was there, but I think the cars were backwards. It's a 2-goal lead.
Nemesis coming out of this game really slowly, and Raisin and Branshees have done nothing but jump right on top of that and taking it for granted as they do get a 3-2 or 3-1, lead in this game.
And 3-1 was our final scoreline for the previous game. We've already reached that at halftime here. So as I like to say, get out the orange slices, ladies and gentlemen. You got to get your vitamins, get rehydrated. We're going into the second half here, and Kodo's going to start out strong with the demo on Pybro 3. And now to the right now, Frosty Brew doing what Frosty Brew does. Now Pybro has had some phenomenal plays. That's going to be a demo, and underneath, what a play! Oh, it serves! Saves what could have been a spectacular shot and play on the offensive end. Somehow this ball has not gone in. It's still 3-1. Frosty Brew now up over the top. No. I don't know how the orange defense has just showed up in spades.
They definitely have come out really trying to take the game back, and they've definitely done that. Frosty Brew just tried to take a shot, but Serbs is there to make the save. Raisin Branshees have come out absolutely firing their all 4 pistons. Kodo with a nice redirect. It does sneak by Pybro. It's 4-1.
What placement here? Just sneaking, just grazing in on that inner post. I mean, you do not expect that. You can see Pybro facing the other direction, even gets contact. 3-goal lead here. Raisin Branshees answering the call of game 1, coming back in style in game 2. And it is looking pretty good for them. But any of us who have played this game know there is a lot of time on that clock. And they were 3-1 victors in game number 1. Let's wait to see if something's going to arise out of maybe a play out neutral, maybe even an outlet pass here. Pybro tries to actually center that back down. BDBR could not win the 50. And so far, this 4-1 lead seems to be well earned. Orange are absolutely relentless.
They certainly are. Raisin Branshees have been keeping good rotations for both games so far, and it is paying off for them quite well. Kodo does try to get a touch, but it goes backwards, sadly, as Serbs starts to take over the play and does. Gets it working towards the blue corner as Frosty gets a nice touch. Tries to send her out, but it goes straight to Kodo. Kodo off the backboard. Zona gets a too quick of a jump, as it does head back out to the midfield. The Nemesis have come out with a really slow gameplay. They try to get the demos working, but nothing seems to be working for them, especially with their backboard defense. Serbs now from his own end, tries to get something going off the wall. Tries to get in center, but no one's there as Pybro sends it back the other way.
What's interesting is they actually Orange had a double commit, and I think Nemesis had a pretty nice opportunity for a quick outlet pass out to the center. And that probably would have been, that's just it, never mind, I'm just whatever. Go ahead, take it. No, I don't need to be talking. It's 2-4 now, 26 seconds to go. And it seems like the issue here is they may be so focused on the demos or focused on these other ideas, maybe they're missing opportunities that are right in front of them. A double commit would have been an easy chance for a 2-on-1 or maybe even a 3-on-1. But they do capitalize with 26 seconds to go.
They surely do as this faceoff heads towards the right side of the field. BDBR was up but gets a miss. Serb sends it towards the backboard. Only Frosty Brew is home. It does go off the backboard, but no one's there on the orange team to make a play on it. Frosty gets another touch. Flips off the ceiling as Serbs takes it away from him and sends it towards the side wall. We only have less than 10 seconds remaining as it is still in the midfield. Pybro is just playing around with it on the wall. Tries to get something going with the weird flip, but it does seem like that will be the end of this game unless Zona can get something going. He does bounce it off the side. Kodo does bounce it off the backboard. Serbs is up. No one's home, but it bounces on the ground, and we have an end of the game.
And I think that might have even been going in, or it might have been close, maybe off the inside of the post there. Definitely a completely different Branshees team. I'm not sure which team this is, but apparently they got 3 different people to start playing from that last game. They were playing well starting off, but Nemesis ended up taking it right here. The offensive pressure here, 7. Now, we should note 9 shots from Nemesis. It's not like they weren't taking them.
Raisin Branshees, I think if I remember correctly, they did have a lot of saves in their stat sheet, so it does fit them quite well. Looks like they will be making a substitution for this next game, but Serbs coming out with all pistons firing, making 724 score, 2 goals, 2 assists, 3 saves, and 3 shots. Really good game for him.
No saves on the side of Nemesis there, or at least no credited saves. We did see a couple goals that did go in when it seemed like somebody was in goal and ready to go, but alas, didn't quite find the back end of the goal. We do have Zona rotating out, so Serbs, Kodo, Zona, I forget who the other player was, but they will be coming in here to sub in, so we will have that substitution.
Also, one other thing to note, every single player on the Raisin Branshees that match had a cycle, so it definitely was a really good game to bounce back from, and clearly they showed it on the scoreboard.
All right, so we are going to be bringing in the bat, and we are going to see how this goes. Nemesis sticking with BDBR, Frosty Brew, and Pybro. We got Kodo, Serbs, and Bat. Now, Bat being the top scorer, so actually that victory of 4-2 without the top scorer in. Let's see if we do see the offensive pressure pick up a little bit here for the Branshees. Not that they needed it, given how much they were attacking in the previous game. But I also think we will see Nemesis looking at that first round victory and looking into the second game saying, what can we change? Maybe we just got to play a little bit better on the defensive end. Might get an early goal here. Somehow that doesn't go in. Serbs credited with the save there, and it could have been an early strike for blue.
Nemesis trying to get a really good playoff pressure working. Serbs was flying in, but BDBR makes a nice save on the goal line. That was about to be a really good one. Kodo was up and had a nice chance, but just sadly misses as it is in the blue corner now. BDBR tries to get something working off the wall. Gets a weird 50 as it still is up, now working towards the orange corner. BDBR with the center. No one was home, but Serbs was able to make the save and clear it away.
Out to the right side on defensive end. Ball's going to bounce in a dangerous spot. Does get a nice little touch here. Nice job from Serbs to go ahead and flip underneath and then be able to get one more touch with the second flip. That's actually going to be a chance for an open goal. That goes right underneath. Now it's going to be out to the right side. PDBR. Opportunity here. Full boost. Sees Serbs coming. He's going to go ahead and just play the 50. Just needs one more touch here. The touch is in favor, though, of Orange off the backboard. No, it's going to be Pybro required for the save. On target here. And they are scrambling a little bit. Leaves for Serbs. Out to the left. Pybro coming across, but it will be Frosty Brew to take it. Leaves that corner, or leaves that center boost, rather. Looking to center this one on. It is centered. And oh! You know, we take those. I think that's the term for those. We take it.
That certainly is. Bat was just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Was trying to make the save, but just bumps it a little too close to his net and actually gets the own goal.
We're going to see a diagonal kickoff here. Frosty Brew versus Kodo. Pybro up and over the top. Needs to be saved. Will be by BDBR. And out to center here. Looking for a 50. That's going to be in a dangerous spot. Pybro doing a great job off the wall here. Looking to cut that early defensive rotation and not let that ball develop into a dangerous spot out in front of the goal. Out to the side. Through neutral. Bat over to Kodo. Nice little pass play off the wall. But it goes right to Pybro here with a lot of boost to play with. Gonna go ahead and let this one touch down. Serbs goes right by it, but so does Pybro. Shot from BDBR out to the far post. Not quite gonna make it in. Somehow. Was there some oil on the ball? I don't know, but it is in the net. 2-0.
BDBR sends the ball off the post, and someone, looks like Serbs or Kodo, just accidentally misses the ball and gives him an easy shot at the goal, and it is 2-0. the Nemesis are coming out with really good offense so far, and just the Raisin Branshees have just not had any answers to it right now.
Cotto in the corner by one. But all three of the blue cars are over here on cycle, looking for an offensive opportunity in close quarters. Frosty Brood over the top. Well done. What a banger out there to the right side. That is not the touch you need. Right down. Unfortunate, but Frosty Brew will take number 2.
Excuse me, Serbs was in position, but just a little too far as Frosty Brew gets a really nice touch, luckily from the other team, and is able to get his team the 3-0 lead. They are coming out looking to make all the right their wrongs of their last match, and certainly they are doing it as Raisin Branshees once again caught out of position. It is 4-0 with less than 3 minutes to go.
What is this roller coaster? I mean, yeah, we have a 3-1 victory for Nemesis, a 4-2 victory for the Branshees. We have a 4-0 lead before halftime in Game 3 by Nemesis. What is this? What is this script? Like, who wrote this? There's no plot consistency. We need consistency for our protagonist. Frosty Brew wants to provide consistency on the offensive end. So far, they've done that in game number 3. We are tied up in the game series 1-1 here between these two teams. 50 goes in favor of our orange squad. BDBR back over to the defensive end for orange. Out to left side, Frosty Brew trying to get placement here. It looked like he did have some teammates down towards center. BDBR a touch. No, goes right by. Pybro can't take it. Their last back. They are going to have to play it out to the right side. Back going to send this back in. Out to left, and it is just going to go right by. Pybro doing a good job kind of contorting the car underneath the ball there. Was a dangerous spot, could hit that off the wall, and it could have been a very potent opportunity for the offense. Alas, out to center, nice pass play, BDBR to put it on target, and it is! What placement from BDBR! 5-0!
BDBR from his own zone gets a nice pass from Pybro and just has to make a nice chip shot right over the orange team. Once again, the Raisin Branshees just cannot be in position. They were doing a really good job of that in the first 2 games, but have just fallen apart in this game number 3, and it definitely shows on the scoreboard.
Back out the center here, looking to add to a stacked total so far. Orange is trying to stem the bleeding, cauterize the wound. Cotto back out to center. BDBR going to be able to rotate back. Is actually going to go all the way to back post. That is a very defensive play, but when you're up 5-0 at this point, mind your P's and Q's. And just try to get across that finish line with the game victory. Frosty Brew even back on defense here, just waiting in the goal. This could actually backfire here. Serves out to the right side. Cotto now off the wall. Bat is also up for it. Does get it up off the top side. It's going to roll out to front underneath the dunk. Does not go in. Serbs was up. What kind of a madman is Serbs to be up for that challenge right there? We will have contact from Pybro. Shot isn't on target. Serbs out to the side. 1 minute to go. 5-0. And Orange, well, maybe finally, no. Pybro is back. How on earth? The blue team is everywhere.
They certainly are. They are coming out with lots of offense, lots of good plays. And it does head towards the net once more, but there was a nice play. BDBR with the demo on target, but Cotto with the save as it rolls back towards the midfield. Cotto should have stayed on the ball, but leaves it for Bat, who sends it towards the corner. The orange team's looking to get some really good pressure here as Pybro gets a nice touch from his own box. Frosty now sends it forward as Bat gets a whiff into the corner now. Frosty, nice centering pass. BDBR and Serbs are both up, getting a 50 towards the corner now. Once again, Bat takes a flip, but is not able to make the play on it. Pybro once again making a pass off the backboard, but pinches it with his own teammate back towards the midfield. BDBR with the nice little pop over. 10 seconds remain in our game number 3, and just the Nemesis. Oh my goodness, they came out with all of the right offense, all of the right defense, and just took this game and put it in their pocket.
So I am, as we do watch the extracurricular activity here. Ball does touchdown in game number 3, giving a 2-1 lead to Nemesis here in this series. So they do get the substitution in. The substitution comes off of a victory, a 4-2 victory. So it's an interesting decision. But the substitution also didn't quite probably pan out. However, now with the game underneath, I wouldn't be surprised if the Branshees now are able to come back to 0 and work from 0 to say, okay, what we get the quick sub in between games. We're going to stick with these 3. Now I think we know what we need to do. But yeah, not usually what you want to see after you bring a sub in.
Certainly, I definitely have to agree with you there. And Bat not really doing that much for his team, but it could have just been a feeling out process. The Raisin Branches
Mhm.
might have just been trying to figure out what, like you said, what they need to do, what they need to work on. And Nemesis coming in with a 6 save shutout, 8 shots compared to that is 8 as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Shots were even, but only 2 saves coming from the Raisin Branchies. And of course, no goals or assists, but Frosty, nice hat trick, 100% shooting. That will definitely bump his stats up a little bit. And our game
Mhm.
number 4 could really go either way.
And it will be interesting to see just how the Branchies respond to the 5-0 in game 3. We are going into game 4, ladies and gentlemen, the final game of this 4-game series. We got another 4-game series coming up after this one, so you better get ready for that as well. Nemesis versus Raisin Branchies here. Nemesis with the 2-game lead to the 1 from RB. Let's get into it. We've got Kodo Serbs versus BDBR, Frosty Brew, and Pyro 3. Cross spawn, it's going to be Bat with the early take. Up off the backboard. Is there a shooter? Yes, but underneath. Kodo, opportunity again, and another opportunity. And finally, that will find its way out. BDBR is going to turn tail on the ball, was in a cherry-picking position, is one to put that on target, but unfortunately goes right by. We've had a couple miscues early on, as well as a demo here, trying to throw off a little bit of the rotation. Demo back, makes it an even trade there. Out to the side, BDBR to put on target. Serbs credited with the save. We are, if you look at the beginning of this one compared to the beginning of game number 1, clearly the teams are out here and they're fighting, feeling pretty warmed up.
Definitely, I do have to agree with you there. Offense coming from both sides, it looks like, but Raisin Branches have not been able to get a shot on as compared to the Nemesis, who already have 3, not even a minute in, as Kodo tries to work something off of his backboard. Teams are definitely trying to see who will make the first mistake and who can capitalize on said mistakes. Kodo gets a nice center, but Frosty's there to clear it away as Bat is looking to work backwards and get the play moving again.
And every single time we do see this coming back onto the defensive end for there's a blue player there challenging in the corner, making sure that might be a shot on target. It's going to be just wide. Unfortunate there. The accuracy not quite what it needed to be, but the offensive opportunity certainly was. Frosty Brew looking to add a little bit of that offense. We saw the hat trick in the previous game. They've been somebody who's been always attacking. Pybro looking with some, has had some great mechanical shots here up off the wall to pass the play. It's finished and completed. Nemesis strike first in game 4.
Raisin Branchies are still struggling with their backboard defense, and it really is costing them a lot as Nemesis have been getting really good shots and really good chances and already have 4 shots and already 1 goal. As we have another diagonal faceoff here as Kodo and Pyro get a 50. BDBR is already up, but gets a weird 50 with Bat that was in the corner.
Out to center. Ooh, BDBR might have been able to turn on that ball with the other direction. Didn't get the boost steal, though. Pybro out to center. BDBR is waiting. Pybro just 1 touch too many. Poor teammate to read. Out to center, not quite the touch. Kodo going to put this in a dangerous spot. Pybro's there. BDBR out to the side. And it will be contested by Orange, trying to get up in rotation. Look at all the space BDBR has to try to put something together. Unfortunately, sends it right into the grill of Serb's car. Underneath here, Bat up off backboard. Frosty Brew ready for it. Looking for touch number 2. No. A little bit of a misread off the side. 1 touch back center. BDBR back out. Teammate up in front. Frosty looked like they were actually going for a bump there. Open goal as the rotations come out to the sides, but the ball is not on target. Coming up at halftime here, game 4. We're still looking for a response from Orange. Down underneath, Pybro credit with the save, looking for one more. Gets the flip reset over to the right side. Not a lot of power on that one. But the rotation here for Blue is very offensive. Maybe a chance for a counterattack. Back out to center. Here it might be. Bat, shot, backboard. BDBR gets a touch and clears it away from danger.
Nemesis, like we said before, have just been having really good rotations on both sides of the ball. And as I say that, serves from half field, gets a nice chip shot, and we tie our game up at 1. The Nemesis caught with a really weird flip by Frosty, which gives the ball to Serbs and gives them an easy goal.
Man, finally catching out the rotation. I mean, at some point, the fact you have 3 cars on the offensive rotation constantly, they finally able to lob one up and over the top, punish that rotation, and now we have a tie game, game 4, looking to equalize here and get a 2-2 series, or will we see the 3-1 victory here for Nemesis? BDBR tries to have something to say about that. Up off backboard, back to center. Pybro's there. Pybro 3 a little bit too high. Doesn't get the knee over the ball. It's going to be Frosty Brew now with another attempt. And they do not come out with a goal on a great offensive opportunity here. It's going to be back the other way. Koto off the wall. Bats up. The touch. No, a little bit misread. It's a little too far. Serbs now back out to center. Back off the side. Pybro does touch ceiling. Opportunity to keep this in the zone. Orange tries to keep the pressure up. Back to center, underneath. No boost to grab, but Bad is staying here. Is actually going to go far boost here. Frosty Brew does not turn on that one. Right now, it is an absolute mess. Bat tries to go inside, and I think that deflected off Pybro.
It did, as Koto sees the ball heading his way and gets a nice center, and Bat with a nice turn is able to jump and send it off of Pybro and finally gives them the lead. Raisin Branshees were not able to convert on 2 open goals and have finally found their, I was going to say footing, but have found their rubber fitting, as they definitely try to get something going here and seem to have, as it is in the blue corner now. Frosty now does get a work off the wall, but Serbs is there and does not really go anywhere. Koto now off the wall, almost gets another touch as Pybro is able to send it away from his own box.
We're going to see if Pybro can actually follow that up. Out to the side, we'll be able to get a touch on the ball. Another touch. Touch number 3 is there up over the top. Koto does a good job getting hitbox in the way. Out to the right side now. Serbs to carry. Back into the corner. Is there a teammate there for support? Koto on the wing, outside. Less than 1 minute to go. We are looking at a lead right now for the orange squad. Blue wants to go ahead and try to even this back up 2-2 in the last minute here. BDBR tried to get that inside, could not. Solo effort. Pybro now back to center. Oh, BDBR was actually still there and in the mix, unable to get contact. 30 seconds. Out to right. Serbs is up.
Nice
Pybro's
send.
up too. Pybro is up! And no, it doesn't go on target. Frosty Brew, no boost, and center to try to go back for it. Out to the right side now. BDBR underneath. Frosty Brew right by. Pybro had to make a quick decision, decided to stay back. Down a goal. It's a very dangerous decision at that. Does get it by 1, not by 2. Serves back into center, looking for the second one. That might be going all the way. Koto does get there for a touch. Serves just trying to get this to touch the ground. Pybro back to center. Frosty Brew wants a shot. It's almost there on near post. Raisin Branshees even the series 2-2. That is 4 games done and said.